see me there now. I can see myself on here. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Vicky and I have had my Forever business for 3 years now. My background is in accounts and finance, but when I had my daughter 8 years ago, I realised that I wanted to be that stay-at-home mum, the mum who was there to do school drop-off and pick up, go to the plays, go to the Christmas carol services, go on school trips. I really wanted to be that mum, but also I wanted to maintain some financial independence. But obviously when you become a mum, your priorities change and things, you move things around. So I was that mum at home looking after Scarlett, fortunately, and fast forward a couple of years and we moved from Newcastle down to Oxfordshire for Tom's work, and by this point I had my second baby on the way. So when Grayson got to 3 and he was due to start at nursery, my husband, after a little bit of coaxing, sort of said to me, Vic, what are you going to do when he starts at nursery? You're going to have a lot of time on your hands. And I was like, what do you mean? I'm going to have loads to do. And he said to me, but Vicky, you've always worked and you've always liked to have your own independence. So do you not think you should do something with this time that you've got? So when I thought about it, I thought, yeah, actually, do you know what? Being a mum is great, but it's quite lonely. I'd lost my confidence a little bit. I'd lost the Vicky that I was before, and I wanted to get that back now that I'd had the 2 children and they were going to go back to school. And I wanted that financial independence again. I wanted to have some money for myself to go and get my hair done. Let's not talk about hair right now. Go and get my hair done, go and buy makeup when I wanted, go and buy some clothes, treat the kids, just to have something for me and for a rainy day. Luckily, this rainy day fund is coming in quite handy now. But when I started looking for that elusive job, I realised that nobody wanted to take anybody on 10 till 2, Monday to Friday, no weekends, no late nights, and have 20 to 22 weeks off holidays to look after the kids because we didn't have any childcare locally. So, and obviously flexibility for when children do have sick days, which they inevitably do. So I had a word with a mum at school, Sam, who you saw me talking to on Saturday, Sam Jeffries, and I just said to her, can you show me what it is that you do? Because she was that mum at school, but she still worked. She had a lovely company car. She went on some fab company trips. She was happy. She seemed to be working with great people all the time. And it just ticked all the boxes for me. So I met her for a coffee. We had a chat. She showed me some information and I signed there and then. Never used the products. Didn't know you could drink aloe vera. Thought it was something you saw on holiday and you just put on sunburn, which I get quite a lot. But yeah, I saw the potential for me to be that mum at home. So now that Grayson's at school full time, he started in reception in September, I've got more time to dedicate to my business and to focus on it and to really push it forward. So here we are tonight. So next slide. So it all starts with, who do you invite to an online launch? Everybody, basically everybody you know. You have got who do you know list, which is your database of contacts. So you could ask everybody on that database, whether they're a prospect or a customer, to come to an online launch. Your warm list is there for people who you've spoken to about the business, and they may be filed away for a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months to look at the business again. But there's no harm in saying to them, we're doing some things online. Obviously, with the way things are working have changed. Do you fancy popping online and I can show you what it is that we're doing and how we're working? And it's just approaching things in a different way with them. Your friends and your neighbours. Everybody, no matter who you are, is stuck at home 24/7, 7 days a week with no end date in this, and people are starting to get bored. They're losing interest in things, and it's just getting to know your neighbours. Why not get to know your neighbours and say, can I invite you to something and show you what it is that I do from home and share some products with you? Facebook and Instagram, which isn't actually on there, but these people are already on social media. So why not invite them to take a look at your online shop and your online business? Give them something to engage in. Create an online community. We pride ourselves on being a massive online community, no matter whether you're downline, upline, crossline. I've had messages in this past week from people who I've never met. I don't know where they are in the Forever family, but I'm more than happy to speak to them and answer any questions that they've got. through what I'm doing. So just like that, we're doing it within our Forever network. Do it with people outside of your four walls, literally, and just, you know, they can make new friends within that group as well. Don't discount people who you've already invited to a launch before, or you think everybody has seen your products, because they haven't. We're working very, very differently, and a launch in your dining room or your living room is very different to the way that we're doing it now. So you just invite them and let them decide if they want to come and watch you or not. All you need to do is invite them to the opportunity, because it is a very different experience that they're going to get. Firstly, because they can't obviously feel the products and smell them and see them, but that doesn't take away the personal aspect of it. It really, really is, you know, I actually really like doing them this way. So how do we invite people to an online launch? So pick a date. Everybody's diaries are empty, apart from those with online business with Forever, where you've got, you know, tonight in your diary, or you've got a follow-up call with a prospect, or you're coaching your team. Everybody's diaries are empty now. Anything that was booked in, then they're not going on their holidays, they're not going away at Easter. Everybody is at home. So you could pick a launch every single night of the week if you wanted to. I think in our team, we've literally had something every night of the week for the past week. Somebody has done something and we've all jumped onto it. And remember that a launch can be for 1, 5, or 50 people. It doesn't matter how many are on. We have a platform to suit that. Obviously, if this is only 1 to 4 people, you could do it on WhatsApp. If you've got more people, you can do it on Zoom. And don't be afraid of Zoom. I'm going to talk about that later. Pick a time to suit you. That is really, really important. So for me at home, I'm at home all the time, but between the hours of 7 and 7, I've got my kids with me. So I'm working in those pockets of time, building my business, but I could not do an online launch in the hours that they're up. It just wouldn't be practical, because they'd be coming in, they'd be coming out, I'd be distracted. So I'm picking a time to suit me, but also the people who I'm talking to in my network, because my network are mostly mums who have children who are at home with their children. So you've got to pick your target audience. Obviously, if you're someone who is retired and you're building a business, a lot of your network might also be and don't have their children, they don't have their grandchildren around. So you could pick a time, 10 o'clock in the morning or at lunchtime or late afternoon. So just bear in mind the audience that you're going to be talking to. But obviously you can offer different times. For me, 8:30 works brilliantly, because I can get the children to bed, I can have my dinner, I can get everything set up once they're away and they're not going to move things. And then I've got half an hour to talk to people about the products that I've got in front of me. Naturally, we are engaging with people. So a lot of people are on their social media these days. You can just see on your Facebook, going through your Messenger, the little green circles at the top, who's online. And it's just striking up conversations with people, being friendly, be interested in what they're saying, but also be interesting to watch. Have a story, show people what you're doing, playing with the kids, or, you know, going for walks, doing your daily exercise, as well as obviously the business, and remembering that 80-20 rule so that people don't switch off, but give them something to watch and be engaged in. Contact through your usual method of contacting. So if you never pick up the phone and talk to people, don't suddenly pick up the phone and say, hi, how are you? You know, I've got this online launch and I want to show you some products. If you call people, great. If you text people, great. If you leave people voice notes, leave them voice notes, but make it sound like you. I'm going to give you some little examples here that you might want to take screenshots of in a minute, but tweak the wording to make it sound like you, because how I talk to my friends will obviously be different to how you talk to your friends. So just make it sound like you. So examples of typical messages that I've got here. I've said there, send them out 3 to 4 days before you choose to have your launch. So if I'm going to have a launch on Friday, I probably would have sent the message out on Monday or Tuesday. People haven't got anything to do, but it's still nice to give them a bit of warning and to build up a bit of rapport in those days between sending the invite and the actual launch, because there's a few things that I'm going to talk to you about in that time that gets people in the zone and gets them focused on your products and your business. So, but I have also sent these messages out the same day as the launch. Just said, hi, I'm jumping online tonight. I'm going to be showing some of my friends, some of the products that we use and that we love as a family. Do you want to join us tonight? Shall I send you the link? And it's simple as that. But this one here to a friend that you're inviting. Hi, Lucy. On Monday night, whatever night it is, I'm hosting an online skincare party and I'll be sharing a few of my favourite products that I use and recommend. I would love for you to join me and a few friends. It's only 30 minutes online. Grab yourself a glass of wine and listen in. Let's face it, we all need a giggle and we've got nowhere else to be. Staying in is the new going out. Should I send you the link? And I find, should I send you the link, works better than would you like the link? Because then it's the yes or no. Should, I just think implies that you expect them to say yes, which is what you want them to do. You want them to say yes and ultimately join you. But also, don't be afraid to launch a new business this way. I have launched one new business last week, and I'm due to do one this week as well for a new business owner that I've registered. And it's just, hello, as you may know, I've recently started with Forever Living. The main reason was to earn a little bit of extra money. It's just a bonus that I love their products. Anyway, I wanted to ask you a favour. I'd like to get a couple of friends together to join on a video call about the products and have a chat so I can learn a little from my friend that's helping me start up. Would you be around on Monday or whatever the date it is at 8 p.m. to join us with a glass of wine online? A bit of a night out, but in, as I of course cannot do it in person right now. So however you would talk to your friends, you can tweak it, you can move it around, but that's just the general gist of the messages that you can send to people. So once they have accepted and they said, yeah, I'd love to join you. If they say no, we're not free, just say, that's fine, I'm doing another one next week. Should I add you to that one instead? And just put a note in your diary to do one the following week if you haven't already got one in. But obviously they're going to accept. And once they have accepted, create a WhatsApp group. I find that works really well because you can add loads of people into it. You can see who's read the messages and who hasn't. And I just find that that has been working really, really well for us as a group. A couple of days before, I send the PDF brochure, and the current brochure that's available to download on forevernowledge.info. It's always saved on my phone just in case I'm out and about and I need to send it to somebody, so it's really handy to save. But if you haven't got it, download it, save it somewhere. And I pop the PDF into the WhatsApp group a couple of days before, and I simply just say to them, here's the brochure. Why don't you have a look through it, see if there's anything in particular you want me to talk about on the night, or anything of any interest, and just make sure you let me know and I'll get the product out so I can cover that when I'm online. Because what you don't want them to do is come at the end when you're asking questions, say, oh, well, what about this? What about this? If you'd had prior warning, you could have your product there and have a little bit of knowledge about that. So that's a really handy tip. The day of your event, what have I got here? Send the Zoom link. So obviously you need to send the Zoom link. I use this as a bit of a prompt, and I just say, this is the link for tonight, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you all and sharing some of my favourite products with you. Usually if we're doing something at home, we might text them the night before or the morning and just say, hi, I'm popping out to get some cake or some wine or some soft drinks. What is it that you drink? Do you prefer tea or coffee or red wine, white wine? We can't do that because we're at home and they're in their home. So this is just a little bit of a prompt to say, looking forward to seeing you tonight and making contact with them. Another tip that I would say to do is we've chosen a video. We chose a video on the first one that we did, which was the plant to product to you video, which shows the aloe being grown in the plantations, or being hand harvested, going through the process of getting all bottled up, the process at Aloe Vera of America, and then going off to the distribution centre at the Netherlands. So it's only a 3 or 4 minute video. I sent that in the WhatsApp group and I simply said to everybody, here's a video. If you have a watch of it, it's only 4 minutes, have a watch of it, and I'm going to ask a question tonight about a topic on that, about the video that you're going to watch, and I'll have a prize for the person who gets the right answer. Everybody loves a freebie. Everybody loves a prize. You're getting them to watch something about the company, a little bit about the aloe so they understand the process. And it just creates a bit of a buzz and a bit of an excitement and, you know, a bit of friendly competition. So that's worked really, really well. Something else that we did also, another person in the team did last night actually, was she said to people, right, what is the colour of our flagship aloe bottle? So that worked really well. So you can do something out of the product brochure, but something that you know people are going to kind of know and be aware of, just to get people involved in your evening, because obviously they are in their own home and it's not the same as them being around the table. So preparation for the evening itself. So this here is a picture of my dining room, which is where I'm sat right now. Pick a theme. So by that, I mean, think like a retailer. So don't have loads of random products that you've just grabbed off. Have a bit of a think about what you want to talk about. So there, you'll be able to see I've got some of the skincare products all down the side. So I've got the Sonia and the Infinite all out, all ready for me to use. And then I've got the Targeted at the back. I've got the Marine mask, the Biocellulose mask, and then I've got the drinking gels and some other, you know, the hand soap that we're talking about, the Propolis, the scrub. So I had all of my products out there ready for me to use and to show them. So have a theme and have all of those products batched together. That works really, really well. Again, when you're doing this, if you're starting with a new business owner, just use the products out of the Start Your Journey box, because it works really well if you two are on screen together. You have your cameras on and you're just using the products, because then she can jump in and tell her friends what she's been using and what she's enjoying. So you're getting two different people's opinions. And obviously facts tell, but stories sell. Also, if you stick to one theme, it means you can do follow-on themes as well. So if you do just the general everyday products, then you can go on to a skincare theme. You can go on to the weight and sport management. You can do a top to toe every day. There are so many different variations of what you can do if you just stick to one theme. And the great thing is, because you've got everybody in that WhatsApp group, they're all there and they're ready to have more exposure to more different products as well. Utilize your launched cards, which I've actually got here in front of me, because this is where I do my launches from. They're amazing. Everything is there ready for us to use. All the hard work has been done. All we need to do is flick through them and read through them. What I would say is, though, read through them before, because you may think you know what you're talking about, but when you've got a card in front of you and you're looking at it, you sound a bit robotic. So just make sure you've gone through them, either highlight them or put a sticky note on the top of them, a post-it note with just a little couple of facts about each of them and maybe how you use them. So for example, the hand soap, I might say, you know, this is a great hand soap. Read a couple of facts off the card, but say, but you know what? I use it for more than a hand soap. I also use it as a bubble bath for the kids. I've got it as a shower gel for me. I use it on my face if I've got a lot of makeup on that I want to get rid of. And I use it for shampoo as well on the children's hair. So I'm showing them that I use it in more than one way, and it is more than a hand soap. So they're just little tips that you can put on your launch cards ready for you to use. When I did a skincare launch, not last night, the night before, the people who were on that, I'd already done the prior online launch with. So I didn't want to go into the business information. So what I actually did was I went through the advisory board, you know, the booklets that we get when you go on the trainings. And I just did a little bit more information about the skincare that I took straight out of the book so I could read to them, because they didn't need to hear the business information again. So be familiar with your, with the products that you're talking about, and just use your launch cards as a guide. So the launch itself, be conscious of time. Have a timer or clock or watch in front of you. Because Zoom has only got a 40-minute. If you're using the free platform, which there's no need for us to go over that free platform, because 40 minutes is long enough for people to be online, you need to be conscious, because otherwise it will just knock you off after 40 minutes. It does give you a 10-minute warning. So when you get to 30 minutes, something will flash up on your screen and say you have 10 minutes. So just be conscious of the time that you've got to do to get through all of your cards. Introduce yourself. If you're doing it for a new business owner, just a little couple of 30 seconds about yourself, why you're in the business. Or if you're with your friends, they know who you are, they know what you're doing. Just welcome everybody, say hi, thank them for joining you, and just say, hope they have a really good night. And we're just here to have a little bit of fun and to show you some of the products that we use in our household. Explain how the evening's going to work. So just say that you're going to talk a little bit about the products. If anybody wants to jump in, they can, but you're just going to show them the products on the back of your hand, share a few facts, And then at the end, you'll just do the close and speak to them about how to order if they want to order anything and answer any questions. Explain how Zoom works. So tell them that you've unmuted them. I always make sure that everybody is unmuted and they've got their cameras on when they come onto screen. It's then up to them if they want to mute themselves and knock their cameras off, but I like to make sure that their cameras are on and their mics are on, just to make it more personal and to make it a bit more friendly and interactive. But mention to them that they can turn them off if they're not happy with this. Again, refer back to the launch cards that you've got there. Tell them that you're going to ask the competition question when you're going through the launch at some point. So when you are getting ready to do that, just say to them, listen, when I ask you a question, take your mics off, unmute yourself, because what I want you to do is shout your name out. Otherwise, you're not going to hear them if they're muted. When you are in the launch and you've got your launch cards in front of you, there are about 6 or 7 cards at the front, which are all about the business information. So just pick out a few key points about the business, because yeah, the business is really, really important. But when you've only got 30 or 40 minutes to talk about a lot of products, and you have got an end time, just be mindful of the information that you're giving to your people who are watching you. So just pick out the key points. And then, as I say, you just start working through your grouped products. So some of the group products that I did, for example, this out of your Start Your Journey box, I had the aloe hand soap, I had the propolis cream, the aloe vera jelly, the scrub, the moisturizer, and the aloe lips. Then I had the bee pollen, the bee propolis, the active pro bee, the daily, and the kids. And then I had the forever gels at the end, because I wanted them to be fresh in people's minds. Skincare, obviously if you're doing a skincare one, you'd have your drinking gels there, your Sonia skincare, your Infinite, your Targeted, and then I just picked out a few of my favorites, such as the Alpha E and the Marine Mask that I use as well, and just did a little couple of things on them, because they aren't actually in the launch cards that we get. But obviously as well, if you're doing a weight management one, you can talk about the Clean 9 and the Fit 15, the RG, the shakes, the heat lotion, and again the gels you can go into more detail with. But there are so many different ways that you can do this, there really are. So when you're going to close your online product launch, remember to ask people if they've got any questions. Ask them if they've got any questions about the products that you've talked about, or if they want any more information, and explain the ordering process to them. So explain to them that after you've closed the webinar down, you're going to post your shopping link into the WhatsApp group. This again just gives them a little bit of a prompt to sort of preempt an order that's coming from them, because they're obviously all going to love the products that we're talking about. And all the information is there then for them to order. Let them know that they can either transfer the money to you if they're more comfortable doing that, and then you are a little bit more in control of ordering, or they can do it all through the shopping link. Let them know that there is a full 60-day money-back guarantee. So I said this at the start, and I also said it at the end. The 60-day money-back guarantee gives us that edge over other retailers out there. We can't go, well, there's not many open these days, but we can't go to Tesco and open a moisturiser and then go back next week and say, oh, actually, we don't like this. We've got the 60-day money-back guarantee, which means people can use the products, and if they're not entirely happy with them, they can give it back to us. We will give them their money back, and we can get a new product from head office. And I think that is really, really important at the minute, that people know they have that sense of reassurance about the products as well. Also, when you're telling them about ordering products, let them know that usually, I'm local to Warwick, so usually I would go and collect my orders and then drop them off. But just say to them, with the current climate, all orders are coming from head office, from the distribution centres. So there is a £3 postage and packaging charge. But that means it's securely packaged and sent to you with minimal contact. And I've not had anybody say that they're not happy paying the £3. So just make them aware of that. Also, don't forget to ask for referrals for hosts. To just say, I'm sure you've all had a really lovely time tonight. I'd love to share what I've shared with you tonight with more people. Offer them an incentive. If you've got anybody who you would like to join us and I can show them what we've done, then there'll be a free biocellulose mask for the first person who books a launch in, or for every person who books a launch in, depending how generous that you're feeling, because that's what we want. We want follow-on launches, because we can't get out there as much and meet new people. We need to make the most of the people that we are in front of, and it's never been easier to get in front of people at the minute. Also, don't forget and don't be shy to explain that you're looking to work and help with other people as well. Just like you are sitting here, you're earning an extra income, showing people the business and the products. Would they be interested in taking a look at how they could also do this? Or would they know somebody who is looking for an extra income around this? On the right-hand side here, you will see some examples of some packs that we put together. So this one is just a glow pack that we put. So after we've closed and we finish the webinar and we post the shopping link in, I've also been posting these packs that I've put together, and it's just products that I think work really well together at different price points. So the first one there, the glow pack, you'll see that's just under £37, and then you can see the treats for the whole family, it's worth £55. And also remember to tell them that although it's probably mostly women on there, these products are all suitable for the men as well, and they would enjoy using them. So it's not just for you, that money is an investment in the bathroom for them both to use. Let's have a look. So before I go into any questions and talk about this, I just want to talk about the results that we've had from some online launches. So the past 2 launches that we've done, bearing in mind they were only for 35 minutes each, we brought in 2.252 case credits for an hour and 10 minutes work. Now, that to me is just absolutely amazing that we can do that for ourselves and our new business owners, and also help people feel better and help them with any wellness issues that they have, because everybody's feeling a little bit down at the minute, and getting a lovely box of goodies delivered to your door, I can't think of a better pick-me-up, to be honest with you. So yeah, 2.252 case credits. Who wouldn't want that at the start of the month? And that really set us up great for the start of the month. Don't be afraid to do the online launches. I've never done one before. We went into lockdown, but Zoom is really, really easy to use. It really, really is. You just sign up to it, log in, set up a meeting, and then you go in and everybody just logs in. This is the way that we need to adapt for now. This is how we're going to have to work. This lockdown isn't stopping on Monday. It's going to carry on probably for another 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So we really need to adapt. We can't afford to let our businesses stop and do nothing for the next month, 6 weeks, because we've already had 3 weeks gone as well. We really need to start working. And honestly, if you're scared about doing them, don't be. Once you do one, you'll want to do them again and again and again. And it's never been easier, as I said just before, to get into people's front rooms, because everybody's sat around. People are getting bored. There's nothing on the TV. It's a bit doom and gloom out there. Nobody's busy, and it's a good, happy distraction. It's a really nice environment that you're inviting people to. And also, if people are looking to spend money on their shampoos and their deodorants and their moisturisers, why not spend it with you? They're going to go to Tesco or Boots when they're out doing their weekly shop. So just make it easy for them to order from yourselves. Day by day, we're missing our friends, and we're getting more excluded from social gatherings because we're obviously at home. So just make sure that you're that friendly face that people want to join. The launches as well are really easy duplicatable. Once you've set them up and you've literally got your products out, you can leave them in a box at the side of your dining room or wherever you're going to do your launches. Your launch cards are there. There's no big setup, and the tidying up at the end of the night is really, really easy. Remember, you don't have to use Zoom. If you're only going to do it with 2 to 3 people, then you can jump on WhatsApp and just showcase a handful of products. Pick your 5 favorite products and share them. You don't have to do a big Zoom presentation if you're not comfortable. And obviously on your social media, show people how you are working. So show a video. I did a video setting up for my online launch, saying, oh, here's my products. I can't wait to share them with some of you tonight. If anybody else wants to hop on, then just send me a message and I'll send you the link to jump on. And I've had a couple of people say, oh, I'm really sorry I missed it. Are you doing another one? So yes, I am doing another one whenever people want me to do another one. New team members are watching as well, obviously, because if they're watching you working and doing this around what's going on, they might want a piece of that as well. So just don't forget to be loud and proud about what we're doing, but in a very sensitive way of what's going on. Don't go bragging around, that you've made this much money in half an hour when other people might be struggling. So just be mindful of how you word things. So go out, get them booked. I promise you, you will love them, and I can't wait to hear all of your results.